Welcome to the July newsletter for the Small Biz Thoughts technology community for 2021. Hey, what does July mean? July means we are done with the first 2 quarters. We're done with the first half of 2021. It seems like this year is literally just going forward like a rocket. Speaking of rockets, here's the big announcement for the news for this newsletter. I have nailed down the hotel at long last, and we have a rock-solid date and place in Providence, Rhode Island on September 16th. So the SMB Roadshow will be coming to Providence, Rhode Island, September 16th, and here's the best news of all. You don't get in for $3.99. You don't even get the early bird for $2.99. If you are a paid member of the Small Biz Thoughts technology community, you get in for free. So one membership means one person gets in for free. There is a charge if you want to bring another technician or a sales manager or whatever, but it's not very much. Basically, covers the cost of wiping down your seat with a sterile cloth. This is all about the absolutely unbreakable rules of service delivery and how you can make your business unbreakable. We have great stuff planned for this roadshow. We're going to kick off with a game show, so we got a little networking and fun going on at the same time. Lots and lots of education, lots of opportunities to network with people who are inside and outside the Small Biz Thoughts technology community. Almost, a third of the population of the United States is within a quick train ride of Providence. So I would love to see you there. I would love to be able to say, oh no, our room is too small. We have to either change the seating or maybe see if we can get another room. So make my life difficult and sign up today. I want to get that room packed if we can. SMB Roadshow, September 16th. In Providence, Rhode Island. Now, for members in the UK, if the restrictions are lowered and I can get into the country without quarantining, we will be doing roadshows in Manchester, Cardiff, and London in August. For members in Canada, if they let me into Canada by September, we will be doing roadshows in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. So, just, let's be fair here. I'm not going to reschedule for November, December, January, February, March in Canada. So just know, if I can get into the country in September, I will. So stay tuned for that. Never hurts to say a little prayer. On other news fronts, the e-commerce package is now live. So if you are interested in putting up a store on your blog, basically it'll look like it's on your website. We will be housing it, but we have set up a system where we templatize a storefront, sets you up with making sure that your e-commerce is working, that you can take orders off of the website, process those orders. It has the look and feel of your website or blog, and we connect it all up to your credit card system, your e-commerce system. We show you how to do all that. We house the back end. And if you're a member of the Small Biz Thoughts community, it's $499 for the first year. It is literally as close to free as we could make it, because we're not trying to do this so that we can make a whole bunch of money. We're trying to do this as a benefit to you and to demonstrate to you and other members that we really believe that e-commerce on your site, direct to your clients, is the future. So, one of my favorite sayings, the future is already here. It's just not widely distributed. Well, that's true. Be one of the first people to actually embrace this within the SMB IT environment. We think it'll give you an advantage. So if you have any questions about that, send us an email. Early on, we want to walk people through and make sure that we totally nail down the process and the documentation and so forth. Kara and I are going to be putting together a video that sort of walks through what it is, why you want to do it, how you get started, and all of that. But we are going slow, but we would love to have you connect with us and help you get your e-commerce site going now. Over at Great Little Seminar, the next class starts July 6th, and it's going to be on a deep dive with Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. These are clearly the three most powerful social media platforms for small businesses. And literally, these things change so fast, you have to stay up on it. Within the last 2 weeks, Facebook announced a new podcasting platform. And within the last month, LinkedIn announced an entire new creator moniker that you can apply for if you have set everything else up right. So we're going to show you how to get the most out of all these social media. You know, it's one thing to just post something up on YouTube, but if you do it wrong, you post something up and you haven't figured out the algorithm, and as a result, YouTube puts no effort into helping people see your video. But if you do things right, YouTube can help you a lot. So all of these social media have certain things you just absolutely need to know. I've been using all of them quite effectively for a long time. I have a lot of followers, a lot of friends, a lot of connections, and obviously I use social media like crazy to promote my books, my seminars, this community, lots of other stuff. So let me show you how to do this. If you are in the community, monthly members pay only $99 per student per class. Annual members get in for absolutely free. And remember, with our learning platform, once you take a class, you have access to that essentially forever. So that means if we offer this again next year or the year after, you just take it and you get the live class again. You'll always have access to those downloads and so forth. So please check out the class at greatlittleseminar.com, get your discount code inside the community, and then register for those classes. 2 final webinar related notes. On June 30th, I am putting on a special webinar about the 9 pillars of building up our industry and transforming our industry into a profession. So I've written kind of a manifesto. Some of you have downloaded it. If you go to my blog at smallbizthoughts.com, you can see all of the information about that. If you get your newsletter, go click on the link in the newsletter. It'll take you to the registration page directly to register for the Zoom video. We have over 75 people already signed up. So go get your seat. That also includes a link to downloading a PDF with my essays on the 9 pillars. Now, I understand there's a whole lot of information there. You don't really have to read through it in great detail. I want to walk through in the webinar why I'm doing this, what it's about, why it's important, and why you should be involved in the evolution of our industry, not just as an industry, but into a true profession. And at the same time, we are addressing what I consider to be the biggest challenges of our industry ever. I mean, right now today, what we're going through with ransomware and regulation, compliance, insurance, this is not just a passing fad. This isn't a bad thing that we hope is going to be over one day. These things are with us forever. Now that the government has figured out who we are, we will be regulated. Now that the insurance company can identify who we are, we will have to justify the rates that we get. We're in a whole different world, and you can either play ball and participate in that and affect your own future, or you can lay back and let the future happen to you. But I promise you, someone will be regulating you, someone will be affecting your insurance, someone will be affecting how you are asked to deal with compliance, and on and on and on. So please join me for this webinar. I think it's important, or I wouldn't be doing it. It's absolutely free. There's no vendor, there's no sponsor, there's no money involved. I just think this is an important message and I want to talk to you about it. Finally, the other webinar related thing is that on July 1st, the first Thursday of July, our roundtable is going to feature Brett Jaffe. Now, many of you know Brett. I actually invited him because somebody mentioned him in the weekly call that we do. And so I thought he'd actually be a pretty good roundtable member. So this is the first month where the roundtable is going to be using our regular weekly link. So instead of using a webinar format, we're going to use the meeting format within Zoom. And there's a feature that we're going to use to highlight Brett and me. And we'll have our conversation, and then we will be able to take questions and answers in more of a meeting format. So we're gonna try using the meeting tool instead of the webinar tool, but just know this is the same link as your weekly meeting. Also, hey, you might as well join us. We have a great meeting every week, and there are some people who see this as the primary benefit of being in our community. Personally, I think we have a lot of really good downloads and lots of good training and lots of other stuff going on. But I totally get that people want these meetings as well. We've really enjoyed them. They frequently go an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours long. We schedule it for an hour, so nobody ever has to feel bad about leaving. But if you're not attending our regular weekly meetings, I highly encourage you to do so. We also have some super cool stuff I can't tell you about that's coming up later in the fall. We have a major initiative that Kara and I have been working on for months, and we're going to be revealing that in the fall, and it includes, of course, massive new benefits for you as a member of the Small Biz Thoughts technology community. So please join us for the weekly calls. In particular, join me on the 30th for the special webinar, and then on July 1st for our roundtable, and then the second, third, fourth Thursdays in July, we have our regular weekly meetings. As always, we have massive amounts of stuff going on in the community. Please check it out. If you have any questions, send an email to me or to Kara, and we would be very happy to help you out. As always, we are totally 100% committed to your success. Remember, just because you're in business for yourself doesn't mean you have to go it alone.